Hey YouTube, how are you? So I wanted to come in and do what I hope is a very short gripe right now. I hope it doesn't end up being too long. So don't mind me, it's early in the morning. It's a Monday morning, y'all. Like just give me grace. Yesterday was wash day. If you have natural hair, you know the struggle. And I just didn't feel like braiding my hair so that I can put my wig on. So this is what you're getting today. But I wanted to come and do a quick gripe about the state of healthcare in America. If you're new to my channel, my name's Nikki. I'm a mid-40s mom of two, and my goal on this channel is basically documenting my financial journey of paying off debt and getting to $100,000 saved. I am getting significant anxiety about the fact that I am 45 years old and have less than basically $10,000 saved for my retirement, but that's a whole nother story. So as a self-employed individual, I don't have employer-sponsored health insurance. I'm responsible for buying my own health insurance. Previously, when I lived in Florida, I used the Affordable Care Act to get health insurance. And because my income was lower, I qualified for a number of subsidies. The insurance that I had was great, really great, very little out of pocket. And I had an amazing list of providers that I could choose from. So now that I live in the Midwest, I had to change over my plan. I was hipped to this insurance agent that could get me some like really good medical plans. So I was like, all right, let me check her out and sign up for a plan with her. Found a plan through United Healthcare. I previously had United Healthcare many years ago. Had a great experience with United Healthcare on an employer plan, and decided, let me try it again as a self-employed individual. But let's talk about this friggin' United Healthcare plan. Can I say that on YouTube? I just did, so I hope you don't mind. I try and pay as many bills as possible for the entire year. The fewer bills that I have to pay every month, just the better for my mental health. Since I'm self-employed, my income tends to fluctuate. Some months I can do really well, other months it could be a bit short. So I normally sync fund I shouldn't say normally. That's a lie. Currently, I sync fund my bigger bills that I'm going to be paying for the year. Because after like the debacle that I had to deal with last year trying to like organize stuff, I said, you know what? We're going to start sync funding all of the big bills that I end up paying. So like health insurance, life insurance policies. I actually switched to Mint Mobile, not sponsored, but I switched to Mint Mobile, and now I pay my full plan for the entire year. I'm currently still paying off medical bills from this year and this current plan. My entire health insurance policy, so for myself and my daughter, who's a teenager, was, let's say, about $3,200 for the entire year. Not too much money. I thought it was reasonable, and I got a huge discount because I paid the policy in advance, which is the other reason why I try to pay things up front, because you tend to get better discounts when you pay for things up front. I don't use my health insurance that much. Like, I'll go get my well women visits. I do have to schedule my mammogram. I have to schedule a colonoscopy. I feel so old. Not looking forward to that. So anyways, I have to do that and my mammogram. But after taking my daughter for her well child visit, I had to put the brakes on using my medical insurance, because let me tell you guys. So I live in Cleveland, and we have Cleveland Clinic here, probably one of the best hospitals next to Mayo Clinic. I think Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic are the top like 1 and 2 hospitals, I think, in the world, but definitely in the United States. And it's right down the road. So, okay, I found a provider for my daughter, got really great reviews. I take my daughter in for her well child visit. Now, previously, I pay a copay of $20, $30 when I take my daughter in. Why is it that even with insurance, I ended up with a bill for my daughter's well child visit, her annual physical, for over $1,200. Post-insurance payment of $1,200. I think it was $1,220 and some change. So let me go over the charges here. And maybe you can make sense of this. I basically had to put myself on a payment plan. I guess the benefit is that you can do payment plans, like no interest payment plans, but like literally I'm going to be paying off this payment plan up until the point where she has another visit, because it's like a year-long payment plan. Because like I'm sorry, $1,200, you want me to just come out of pocket like that? $1,200 for a child's physical? So disgusted by it. So let's talk about the different payments, the different charges that I got on this one bill. So there is a facility charge of $180. I'm assuming that's because it's not on the main campus of Cleveland Clinic, or I don't even know what a facility charge is, but I had to pay a facility charge that was billed to my insurance and to myself. There's a pharmacy charge for $1,033. My daughter got a vaccine because that's what you do at your annual physicals. Sometimes you get a vaccine. Pharmacy charge of $1,033. Vaccine administration. So not only did they charge me for the actual vaccine administration was $120. So the CNA that comes in and actually like gives my daughter the vaccine, there was a charge for that, in addition to the over $1,000 charge for the actual vaccine. This is the one that got me. Behavioral health treatment services. I saw this charge and I'm like, what the hell is that? Because to me and my understanding, behavioral health means that you're going to see a family clinical psychologist, or you're going to see a counselor. And so I know that whenever I see behavioral health treatment and services, that's normally something that is related to counseling. Do you know what that was for? I guess one of the standard practices now when you start treating teenagers is you have to give them this sheet of paper that asks them if they're depressed. So it asks them like, oh, do you feel blue on some days? You know, circle if it's none of the time, sometimes, almost all the time, or all the time, right? Literally a 8x11 piece of paper like this, my daughter had to fill out. And that was the $204 charge for behavioral health services. So that in itself added up to $1,537. But wait, that's not even the whole thing. Now I actually have the visit with the doctor. So to me, this is all one visit, right? She's going to see her pediatrician, and they do all of the stuff that the pediatrician needs to do during her visit. But no. That's not how we do it at Cleveland Clinic. And I'm hoping, especially for the people out there, maybe this is specific to Cleveland Clinic. Maybe I just need to find another provider, go to a smaller family doctor. I don't know. But then to see the actual doctor was the $650. So in total, one well child visit for my daughter was $2,187. And you might say, okay, well, it's not a big deal because, you know, you got United Healthcare and you got this great insurance, so the insurance is going to cover a lot of that. Well, I thought so too, but that was not the case. So insurance payments, y'all, $90. $90, y'all. Insurance and other adjustments. So, you know, the facility bill's one thing, and then there's the negotiation point. Of course, they got to start. Somebody's mowing their lawn in my neighborhood. I'm on my back patio. So anyways, I apologize if you're hearing all that noise. So insurance and other adjustments. So my insurance paid $90, and then I guess they have some type of contract negotiation with United Healthcare that deducts $509.54 of all of the facility charge, the pharmacy, the vaccine administration, and the behavioral health service treatments, right? And like I mentioned, her doctor, actually paying the doctor was $650. And then there's a $367.40 adjustment. So the total insurance adjustments off of the contracted rate was $876.94. And then the insurance payment was $90. But y'all, remember that the total bill was $2,187. So I'm getting about $950 off of a $2,200 bill paid. So I'm left with a balance of like $1,200.20 and some change, right? $1,220 and some change. I remember like I was so confused when I got this bill from Cleveland Clinic because I'm like, did y'all not bill my insurance? I called Cleveland Clinic. They're like, yeah, that's it. We got everything that we could get from your insurance, the whole $90, mind you. And so I'm calling my insurance company. I'm calling United Healthcare, and I'm like, can you please explain to me why I have a $1,200 bill for one visit and I pay insurance? It probably would have been cheaper for me just to find some random pediatrician somewhere in the city of Cleveland and paid out of pocket maybe $250 for a well child visit and not even bill my insurance. And that is the tragedy and the racket of health insurance in the United States. And it just makes it, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated about it because now I'm stuck with this bill. I have to pay it. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating that like sometimes I feel like when you're trying to make your way moving forward on stuff, especially when it comes to like getting your financial life in order, and especially like if you're doing it on your own, right? If you're a divorced mom and you are the one handling the bulk of the bills, like sometimes it feels like you're swimming against the current. I just wanted to get that off of my chest. Like, I'm pretty certain that other people can relate to this. I could go to do the Affordable Care Act, right? I could do Obamacare. Yeah, great. But like, I remember when I switched over from the plan that I had in Florida to that like 3 or 4 month plan that I had to have insurance in the state of Ohio. And the monthly premium was almost $1,000 for 2 people. And I know that health insurance is important, but to have a monthly bill of almost $1,000 just for what was crappy health insurance, because I used that health insurance for the 3 to 4 months that I had it, and like I still had to pay out of pocket for stuff. Even though I don't pay as much for my monthly plan through United Healthcare, and I recognize that I'm going to have to pay out of pocket, like my deductible is like $7,500 for the family, right, for the year. So I know that that's a super high deductible. The alternative is to pay a very high monthly premium and still have a very high deductible and still have to come out of pocket. Oh my goodness. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like all I can say, y'all, is like take care of yourself, because the less amount that you have to use your health insurance, your medical insurance, the better. And mind you, that's just my medical insurance. That's not even covering dental or vision or anything else. I have a whole separate policy for dental. I pay about $65 a month for dental insurance. Took my daughter and I to get our cleanings, and like it was like $40 for a copay. So I'm not too concerned about that. We go twice a year, not a big deal. We have good teeth, so we don't have major issues. $1,220 and some change for one visit. So with that now, you know, I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, like I still have to go get a mammogram. I still have to go get my colonoscopy, because now I'm at the age where I have to get a colonoscopy. So I'm talking to my insurance company. I'm talking to the representative at United Healthcare, and I'm like, listen, like, is this going to happen every time I go in for a visit? Like when a colonoscopy is a major procedure, right? So am I going to get some like $4,000 or $5,000 bill for something that is seen as a routine thing? Like I have to get this. It's preventative care. The representative claims that that is actually fully covered by my plan. So I won't have even the pre-medicines that you have to do, like the whatever is the liquid that you have to drink prior to the colonoscopy. All of that's already covered. 100% covered under my insurance, so I don't have to worry about that. But in the meantime, I'll be working on paying off the $1,220 bill that I will end up paying off until my daughter actually has to go back in next year for her well child visit. And I think I'm just going to have to find a different provider. I'm going to find a smaller facility. I don't know. Like, you know, and then the challenge is only so many providers are actually in the area, so you're limited on who you can actually see. But I've had other bills. Like, so this isn't the only bill that I've had. Like when I saw my physician assistant, who's my primary care provider, I had a bill after that, even with insurance. So, but this one was like gangbusters. Like really, y'all really got me for that. $1,220 for my child to see a doctor for all of 10 minutes, if that. It's depressing. And it shows that our healthcare system is so broken. And God bless. I guess the moms who can't afford it, they have Medicaid, right? So they have that, will take care of it. But for those of us that are kind of like that, we make too much money to qualify for any type of subsidies, but we don't make enough to just be like doling out money like it's growing, like we got the money tree in the backyard. Like, God help us. God help us. So anyways, if you can relate to this, like, please leave a comment below. Subscribe to this channel. This is basically like my little documentary, my diary and documentary of my personal financial journey as a middle-aged mom. And I know that there's a lot of other women that can relate to this because we aren't taught money and finances and how to take care of things, and a lot of the times we have to figure things out ourselves. So here I am. This is my journey of how I'm trying to figure it out one step at a time and get to a place where I can just like lay back and be a little bit more financially secure and emotionally financially secure, you know, where I don't have to stress about money every month. So until next time, signing off.